Ladies and gentlemen, what unfolded today in Washington was nothing short of explosive. A routine congressional hearing turned into a fiery showdown between Texas Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and South Carolina Republican Senator Tim Scott. What started as a policy discussion quickly spiraled into one of the most talked about political clashes of the year. It began when Senator Tim Scott, clearly confident and perhaps a little overconfident, leaned into his microphone and questioned Congresswoman Crockett's record. With a smirk, he called her accomplishments nothing more than social media noise. He suggested that while others were busy writing legislation, Crockett was too busy chasing headlines and Twitter trends. But little did Scott know, Jasmine Crockett had come armed with facts, figures, and most importantly, fire. "Senator," she began, her voice steady but sharp, "if by social media noise you mean giving a voice to the voiceless, then I'll gladly own that title. Because unlike you, I don't just talk about representing people, I actually show up for them." The room grew tense. Cameras zoomed in. Reporters leaned forward. Everyone could sense this was no longer just a hearing, it was a battle. Crockett then pulled out documented evidence of Scott's own voting record. With surgical precision, she highlighted how time and again he had voted against bills that would expand health care access, protect voting rights, and fund disaster relief. "You call my work noise?" She fired back. "At least my work feeds families, saves homes, and protects democracy. Your record, Senator, reads like a manual on how to say no to progress." At that moment, murmurs filled the chamber. Tim Scott shifted uncomfortably in his chair. The confident smile was gone. He wasn't prepared for receipts this sharp, this direct, and this public. And just when Scott tried to interject, Crockett cut him off with a line that sent shockwaves through the room. "Don't lecture me about qualifications when your party keeps trotting you out as their token black voice while they strip away the very rights our ancestors bled for." The chamber erupted. Gasps, whispers, and even a few claps echoed across the hearing room. Scott froze, speechless, visibly shaken. What happened next transformed this exchange into a viral political moment. Instead of retreating, Jasmine Crockett doubled down. She leaned forward, her eyes locked on Scott, and delivered a masterclass in political combat. "You tried to embarrass me today, Senator. But let me make this clear. Preparation meets opportunity in moments like this. And I came prepared to expose hypocrisy, prepared to defend my people, prepared to remind this country that no matter how loud you dismiss us, the truth will always speak louder." Her words cut through the chamber like thunder. Even Scott's fellow Republicans avoided eye contact as the silence stretched. Crockett wasn't done. She pulled up a printed copy of Scott's speeches, circling sections where he praised unity, while simultaneously voting against bipartisan bills. "You can't play both sides forever," she declared. "Either you fight for the people, or you fight for your career. And today, Senator, America just saw which side you're on." The impact was undeniable. Social media instantly lit up. Clips of the exchange began spreading within minutes. Hashtags like Crockett demolishes Scott and political mic drop trended across Twitter and TikTok. Commentators called it one of the boldest congressional smackdowns in recent memory. By the time Crockett finished, Scott had no comeback, no witty retort, nothing but silence. And in politics, silence often speaks louder than words. This wasn't just a clash, it was a reminder. A reminder that the old playbook of belittling and dismissing women of color in politics no longer works. A reminder that in today's America, sharp preparation and fearless truth-telling can bring down even the most seasoned politicians. And as Jasmine Crockett gathered her notes and left the chamber, reporters swarmed the halls, eager to capture the moment. Her final words echoed like a rallying cry, not just for Texas, but for a generation of Americans tired of excuses. "We're not noise. We're the future. And the future doesn't wait, it fights."